Welcome back to the channel. Today we're back working on Project White Lightning. I think today what we're going to tackle is go ahead and replace this coolant temp sensor, since the car has been running so crappy, running rich when it's cold. A lot of people in the comments and a lot of people I've talked to said try to start there with that sensor and replace it. Since it is a factory Ford sensor, it could be the original one. We're going to do that. We're going to go ahead and do another base idle reset on this thing, and we're going to check the timing as well, and just kind of see where that gets us on the running quality of this thing. I really didn't have a socket to fit this correctly. I got a 27mm, a little too big, but it did break it loose, so. She's got a little bit of crest on there, but who knows if this is the original sensor. I'm just adding a little bit of this high temperature thread sealing on here, just to say we put something on it. Which these threads come with some kind of orange thread seal looking something or other, but just as a secondary means of some sealant, just so we don't have no leaks. Alright, we got the new coolant temp sensor installed. Next, I think what I'm going to do is do a base idle reset on it. First, we'll fire it up and just see if that coolant temp sensor made any difference whatsoever. Get the motor warmed up a little bit, and then we'll go ahead and we'll do a base idle reset on this thing, set the TPS, and then we'll check the timing on it. Alright, this is doing nothing but just replacing that coolant temp sensor. I'm going to go ahead and fire it up, let it warm up a little bit, and then we'll try to do that base idle reset and see if we can get that TPS set right. Alright. Okay, car's been idling for about 10 minutes. Not fully warmed up, but it's pretty warm. I'm gonna unplug this idle air control valve and see if it makes any difference at all. And no difference. Idle didn't drop down or anything. Plug it back up. Yep, no difference at all. So that idle air control valve is probably no good. I was trying to actually idle it up on the throttle screw, but that BBK aftermarket throttle body, it's got a weird size Allen head to tighten it, and I'm still trying to find an Allen head to fix it, or an Allen head to fit it, so I was gonna bump the idle up on this thing just a fuzz. So I did verify this TPS is functioning correctly. Voltage goes up smoothly. Need 3 hands. We're at 1.06. .05, 1.06. So that's within spec. Alright, we're ready to set this timing. We got our pill removed here. Got the old timing light hooked up. Got the distributor loosened. We're going to fire it up and see if we can set this time. what, I don't know if it's a change in temperature or if that coolant temp sensor made a difference or what. Still got a whistle up here. I know y'all can hear that. I don't know if that's, I mean, I'm thinking that's a vacuum leak, obviously. I've went over and checked pretty much every hose on this thing and haven't found one yet. Could be leaking around that throttle body. I'm about to get some brake cleaner, kind of spray around there and see if maybe one of those gaskets is bad. I know that muffler sounds freaking terrible banging back there. It's all I can hear. I tied it up with a wire, but it popped loose. So that, if you hear that horrible banging, that's what you're hearing. Initially, I thought this thing had a B cam, but I went back, finally found the text message from the list of everything that was on it when I got it, and it's actually a E cam. So this thing actually has the E cam in it, not the B cam. Overall, not bad, not bad. We're making progress for sure. Still a little smoky. Still smelling a little smoke. Of course, you know, 5-6 years of sitting, those rings has got to kind of come back around a little bit. Overall, that ECT did something. I can tell. It's running way, way, way smoother. Bumping the idle up, the base idle a little bit did help it. I didn't really change anything on the time, and I left it at 12 degrees. It seems to be happy there, so that's where we're gonna leave it. All right, my gauges finally came in, and my little gauge cage for the Mustang here. I just went with the glow shifts. Got these off Amazon, but I did mess up. I don't know how I did it, but when I was adding these things to the cart, I wanted both of them the tinted, with a tinted face. But as you can see, one says black, one says tinted, and that was my fault. I went and double checked my order thing, and yeah, that's what I ordered. But no big deal. We're gonna just roll with it. And this is also this. Got this off LMR. It's the radio slash gauge pod. It's right here. It's actually really nice quality. It's made by SVE. Of course, I'll have to move my little switch for my fan. I'll have to figure something out on that, relocate that. I never really liked that switch anyway. It's just kind of goofy looking down there. But yeah, I think these are going to turn out pretty good. So, gonna go ahead and get started on these gauges. Playing around with these gauges. Just gonna show you. Go green, red, blue, yellow, purple. I think that's supposed to be white. And back to blue. Pretty cool. Alright, just got done installing those new glow shift gauges. Overall, I like them. Pretty sharp. Gonna go ahead and fire the car up and make sure this water temp gauge works. I've got the water temp gauge here. This is a voltage gauge. On the end, I'm gonna swap out this oil pressure gauge and do away with this pillar. I actually was going to just replace that with with the glow shift gauges, but at the last minute I just decided, nah, I'll just go ahead and put one down there, which I thought the fit and the finish of this one I got from LMR was gonna be just like perfect. I mean, it was made for those 2 1/16 or whatever they are gauges. But that coating that they put on here, it was so thick. I had to take a just a hand file to try to get some of it off, and then of course you can see some pieces just flaked off of there. I mean, it's really thick and it's good. I mean, it's good material, it's good and sturdy, but I went ahead and filed that down so whenever I do get the oil pressure gauge, whenever I hook it up, it's ready just to go right in there. But yeah, kind of disappointed with that. I was expecting that to do a little better, but hey, it is what it is. So let's go ahead and fire it up and let's check and make sure that water temp gauge works. Well, it's safe to say that ECT sensor did definitely help this thing big time. As you can see, the temp on it is reading not even about 130 degrees, so it's still ice cold, and it's sitting here just idling perfectly. It used to, you could hang that up, that would never happen. I'd have to just constantly keep patting the gas, because the temperature today is back down in the 40s, and I mean, this thing fired up, took the gas good, not perfect obviously, but I mean, it's a world of difference than what it was. So that ECT sensor was definitely bad, so glad we got that straightened out. I think it's pretty safe to say this thing has no thermostat in it at all, because the temperature is only reading 140 degrees, and this top radiator hose and radiator is already warm. It's already really warm, and there's no way. I mean, the lowest temperature thermostat you can get is like 160 degrees, so there's no way I don't think there's any way there's a thermostat in this thing. If there is, it's stuck open. We'll definitely put that on the list. Don't need thermostat in. Alright, I think I'm gonna go ahead and just end this video off here. Just want to do a quick update. I know in the last video I said I was going to do burnouts and all that stuff, which I will. It's coming, I promise. If anybody is interested in a Monster Tech with shift light, let me know. Autometer Sport Comp Silver. Yeah, it's old. I mean, but as you can see in the videos, it works just fine. It's got the little RPM shift set dial right here to set your shift light, RPM, all that stuff works. Everything on it works good. I'll probably just be throwing out on Marketplace or something. But if anybody's interested, just let me know in the comments, and I'll just give you a good deal on it. I mean, I know it was just throwing that one sensor in there, but there's no doubt that ECT that thing wasn't working at all. Like, there's no telling how old that sensor was. So that did make a difference. And like I said, verified the timing. The timing was set 12 degrees, that's where I want to leave it. I don't really want to bump timing up too high in this thing. Like I said, you just bump the key on it now when it's warm, and it fires up, idles. You ain't even got to touch the gas on it, which it never did that before. But yeah, I just want to do a little update on the car. If you have not checked out the previous videos and this interests you, go ahead and I got them all uploaded in the playlist. You can check those out. Consider subscribing if you hadn't already. Thanks to everybody that's already subscribed. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. And until next time, there ain't nothing to it but to do it, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.